Level 1. The undrafted. Draft night ends and your phone never rings. 60 names are called and none of them are yours. You sit in your living room around your loved ones, staring at the TV while everyone else has gone to sleep. Not even Shams Charania is awake anymore. Your family keeps telling you it's not over. Your agent says Summer League is next, but none of that matters right now. Right now, all you can think about is that 30 teams just looked at you and decided you were not worth it. You start to look back when you were the superstar of your high school team. You dropped 39 in the state championship. You hit game winners. Every girl wanted you. But now it's 2 in the morning and you're scrolling through social media, watching other guys celebrate the moment you thought was yours. Some guys on Twitter say you can't play defense. Analysts say you played terribly in college. You go from future pro to what happened to that guy in a matter of hours. By the next morning, the calls finally come in, but they're not what you dreamed of. A team wants you for Summer League. You get a warning from your agent. If you don't lock in, this may be over. Level 2. The G League player. You make it through the Summer League, barely, but you end on a high note, dropping 19 on good efficiency. One team likes your self-creation, another likes your knockdown shooting, but none of them offer you a roster spot. Instead, they send you to their G League affiliate. It's not glamorous, the arenas are half empty, hell, some nights there are more staff than fans. You're sharing a locker room with a team of former high school superstars that believe they're one hot month away from the NBA. Every practice feels like a tryout instead of a team effort, and every game feels like your last chance. The coaches tell you to defend harder, drive stronger, and talk louder. They say that's the reason you didn't get drafted. And deep down, you finally realize they're right. You start guarding the best scorer on the other team, and you realize you're good at it. Your offense was always there, but your defense is the reason scouts and general managers didn't trust you. You put up 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. The star of the other G League team goes 4 for 17 against you. The next day, the same happens. Suddenly, a scout from another franchise calls you. Then your agent texts you after a road game. Stay ready. Teams are asking about you. For the first time since draft night, it feels like the door might actually be open. Level 3. The 10-day contract. The call comes in the morning. The team has injuries. They need depth. They're deep into the aprons and can't sign a veteran free agent. They just don't have anything better. They're offering you a 10-day contract. 10 days, that's all. But as soon as you hang the phone, you lose it. You scream, you call your mother, you call your old coach, you call everybody who doubted you, but also everybody who never did. By that night, you're on a flight to an NBA city, wearing team gear with your name on it for the first time. There are banners in the rafters, luxury cars in the parking lot, and players you grew up watching are walking past you like this is normal. At your first practice, you don't want to mess up a single drill. You sprint too hard, you pass up open looks, you overthink every possession. You are terrified of looking like you don't belong. In your first game, you don't even play. It was a close one. In your second game, you don't play either. It was a close game too. But in the third, your team is down 31 at home. You check in with 8 minutes left. You hit 2 threes in a row. You lock up the stat-padding superstar of the other team for a full 90 seconds before he gets that damn rebound and subs out. But fans are not clapping and cheering. They're leaving the arena to dodge traffic. Now, that means everything to you. The team offers you a second 10-day, and this time you play the whole fourth quarter in a blowout home win. The fans are going crazy this time, celebrating the win. You hit 1 3, they go crazier. You hit another 3, they go even crazier. And then it happens. You see some holes in the defense, you drive as hard as you can, you jump high, and you catch a body under the rim. House of Highlights posts the play. Most comments say, "Who the hell is this?" A guy says, "I went to high school with him." You look into his profile, and he's right. Local fans actually start to like you. Level 4. The guaranteed contract. After the second 10-day, the team converts you to a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. Your first real NBA money. Suddenly, everything changes. You buy your parents a car, you rent a high-rise apartment, you stop checking your bank account every day. But on the court, your life is different. You're not really in the rotation. Most nights you play 4 minutes or none at all. You sit at the end of the bench, clapping after big plays, standing during timeouts while contemplating life, knowing there's no chance you're getting in during crunch time, staying ready in case somebody twists an ankle or gets in foul trouble. Broadcasters call you young depth. You're close enough to the spotlight to feel it, but not really close enough to stand in it. Practice becomes your real battlefield. That's where you earn the coaching staff's trust. You give the starters good looks. You learn the playbook inside and out. You use your stamina on defense while you sit corner on offense. It's not glamorous, but it matters. However, the team is not winning. The stars on your team start getting random surgeries. The front office wants the team to lose. The coach is forced to give you more minutes to be able to tank. And then you deliver. Playoff teams are playing their stars in the fight for a good seed. You get 20 minutes against them daily. Coaches start to notice you can guard for real. Some random guys on Twitter make charts saying that your defense is 90th percentile. You're also shooting 41% from deep. You're effective, you're efficient. Suddenly you get the starting spot of the tanking team for a few games. You're playing against other teams that are also tanking. And suddenly, your team wins more games than they should because of you. Level 5, the role player. The next season, you're in the rotation for real. Not as a star, not as a featured name, but as somebody the team genuinely needs. You know your job now. Come off the bench, space the floor, and put your matchup in jail. Just like that. Coaches love you because you don't complain. Stars love you because you make their lives easier. You set screens, make the extra pass, rotate on defense, and hit the shot when the defense forgets about you. You become one of those players analysts call winning pieces. Fans start to argue about whether you're underrated. Your contract gets discussed on podcasts as a valuable trade piece. You begin to understand that survival in the NBA is usefulness, IQ, and effort. It's closing games because the coach knows you won't break the system. But the team is still not good enough. They tank again. They sit every important player except for you. They give you the keys of the offense for a few games to see what you've got, and you suddenly start to notice how the game is slowing down for you. In just a few of those games, you play and feel like an NBA star. And speaking of what the life of an NBA role player is really like, I was absolutely locked into Josh Hart, one of the best role players in the NBA and the New York Knicks, going up against the Joker and the Denver Nuggets the other night. And this is actually a perfect example of how I trade games live on Polymarket. Because if you understand the entire landscape of a game, the market gives you free opportunities. Let me show you what I mean. I opened up Polymarket in the middle of the first quarter and saw the Knicks sitting at just 25% to win the game, being down 9 points. I knew the Knicks looked like they came out slow, but I had a lot of confidence they would come back and cut into the lead soon. And as the game progressed, the Knicks took control in the middle of the second quarter, outscoring the Nuggets by 15 points in the second and taking a 13-point lead by halftime. And that was my move, because right there, before the second half even ended, I sold the position at 86%. And that move, selling my position mid-game, is the biggest advantage when using Polymarket. You're not locked into a bet praying it hits. On a sportsbook, once you place the bet, you're stuck until the final buzzer. On Polymarket, you have flexibility. You're trading on momentum, reacting to information, buying and selling positions in real time. Polymarket lets you act on that edge during the game. That's why I use it. Stop letting sportsbooks steal your money. Get exclusive early access and $10 free on Polymarket when you sign up with my code DUNGEON. No deposit needed. Level 6, the starter. That summer, the team loses a star in free agency. You know the GM is not trading for anyone else. Fans have been asking for you to start all summer long. Just like that, your entire life changes again. Your name is announced before every game. Your face is on some of the graphics. IG models hit your number daily, striving to get a single night with you. Your minutes jump from 20 to 34, this time without trying to tank. You aren't sitting in the corner anymore. You're on the top of the key, handling the ball and making decisions. The scouting report has your tendencies. Opponents know your favorite moves. There's no sneaking up on anyone anymore. But you're ready. You average 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 stocks. This season, your team wins 50 games, but is sent home in the first round of the playoffs. Regardless, media members start calling you one of the best two-way starters in the conference. The MVP says after a game that you're one of the best defenders in the league. Kids start asking for your autograph outside the arena. Sneaker brands start calling your agent. You get home, you turn on your TV, and ESPN is having a 10-minute segment talking about your leap. They say you're more than a starter now. They say you might be heading towards something bigger. You try not to listen, but you inevitably do. Level 7, the All-Star. You spend the whole offseason training with elite personal coaches that work with the best players in the world, and you take another big leap. You're now the best player on your team, averaging 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2.5 stocks per game. People don't know how you're still able to guard the best player of the other team while carrying the entire offense. But you do, and then February arrives, and your dreams come true. The first time it happens, it doesn't even feel real. Your coach calls a timeout at practice, smiles, and lets the team tell you, you made the All-Star team. Everybody erupts, Gatorade bottles fly, and teammates mob you. Somebody records the whole thing for social media, and the post gets a few 100,000 likes. Years ago, you were begging for G League minutes. Now, you're one of the best players in the world. All-Star Weekend is chaos. Cameras everywhere, endorsements, interviews, parties, celebrities, endless attention. You're sharing the court with a team full of legends. Players you used to play in video games are shaking your hand like a peer. You realize you belong. But after the break, you know it's time to lock in. Your team is 4th in the conference, and you carry it during the first round. Then you beat the 1 seed in the second. Then you beat the 3rd seed in the conference finals. You drag your team into the finals, and suddenly the conversation changes again. Yeah, you lost in 5 games. You were in the easier conference. But people are not asking whether you're a star anymore. They're asking whether you're the best player in the world. Level 8, the MVP. The season begins with a different kind of spotlight. Every arena is packed. Every national show talks about you. Every team circles your game on the schedule. Defenses are built just to stop you. Coaches send doubles before you even step on half court. Opposing stars treat regular games against you like statements, as an opportunity to soak some from your spotlight. But none of it matters, because you are just unstoppable. 31 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 stocks, 1st seed. Christmas Day, everyone watching you. You hit the most iconic game winner of your whole career. You're controlling games in a way that feels bigger than numbers. You're setting the tone for the whole league. Kids copy your moves at the park. Analysts break down your footwork frame by frame. Former players falsely claim they saw it coming from the beginning on podcasts. Then comes the announcement. Most valuable player. You have the best-selling jersey in the whole league. With the attention comes the hate because you are everywhere. But privately, you know what this really means. You're no longer just one of the stars. You're the star, the face of the league, the player every franchise dreams of finding, the player who shifts title odds by himself. The money becomes absurd. Signature shoe commercials, private jet lifestyle, global fame. Victoria's Secret models are trying their chances on you, but fame is not the best part. Control is. You can get coaches fired if you want. Veterans sign for less just to play with you. Ring-chasing shooters circle your team in free agency to make use of your absurd gravity. The league bends around your existence. You're the face of the NBA. And if you win the championship that year, if you lift Finals MVP too, the whispers begin immediately. Not just greatest in the league, maybe something even more. Level 9, the GOAT. You've done it for so long now that people run out of comparisons. The first title made you a champion. The second made you a dynasty. The third made people uncomfortable. The fourth caused resignation among your haters. But now you have the trophies, the records, the longevity, the moments, the aura. You are walking history. Every game feels ceremonial, arenas boo you hard, but you see hundreds of fans celebrating your baskets in your jersey even when playing away from home. Young stars grow up calling you their idol, then spend their primes trying and failing to take the throne from you. You average numbers that should not be possible this deep into your career. You reinvent your game whenever age tries to catch you, beating Father Time again and again. More post work, better footwork, smarter pace, even deadlier jumper. You stop being an athlete who dominates and become a basketball force that reshapes every era he touches. Former players compare generations for hours just to be able to explain you. Old heads defend you with their life. You become the standard against which every prospect, every star, every champion is measured. Is he the next you? Can he catch you? Does he have your mentality, your winning, your longevity, your dominance? Always, the answer is no. And that is what separates this level from every other one. At every stage before this, you were proving you belonged. Here, the sport belongs to you. Your shoes become cultural artifacts. Your highlights become mythology. A statue goes up outside the arena. When you retire, the whole nation stops. The news is everywhere. It's all the world can talk about for an entire week. Former enemies cry on television, telling stories about playing against you. Teammates tell stories that sound fictional but are true. The Hall of Fame becomes a formality, and somewhere, late at night, after all the interviews and tributes and documentaries, you sit alone and think back to draft night, to that silence, to 60 names that were not yours. That was the first level. This is the last one. You entered the league being unwanted. You left it being unforgettable.